top 10 things to do in the Bahamas. From stunning beaches that'll make you never want to leave the water, to vibrant local culture that'll spice up your vacation, we've got it all covered. So in this video, we'll be talking about the top 10 things to do in the Bahamas that will leave you absolutely mesmerized. Let's get started. Number 10, food. Although the upscale resorts scattered across the islands offer numerous upscale dining choices, for a truly genuine culinary adventure, consider indulging in the fish fry at Arawak Cay, conveniently located a brief stroll from Nassau's Western Esplanade. At this spot, a collection of rustic shacks excel at preparing top-tier traditional Bahamian fish dishes. Visiting on a Sunday also grants you the opportunity to enjoy the enchanting performances of talented local bands and the delightful recitation of poetry on the pathways surrounding the fish fry establishments. Number 9, Thunderball Grotto. Imagine going to a place called Thunderball Grotto. It's like a bunch of caves underwater where you can swim, snorkel, and dive. It's close to Staniel Cay and is usually part of trips where you also get to see pigs and nurse sharks. Therefore, it's better to go there when the water's not too high during low tide. When the water is high, you'll need special diving gear. You might have seen Thunderball Grotto in James Bond movies, but the most amazing thing isn't that. Under the water, there are lots of colorful fish and other sea animals living their natural life. The sunlight that comes in from the top of the caves makes it look really magical. It's a place you won't forget easily. Number 8, Caves Exploration. Now, down on the south coast of Grand Bahama, there's this awesome place called Lucayan National Park. It's like a 40-acre national treasure with caves under the water, swampy areas with mangrove trees, beautiful beaches, and forests filled with animals. There's this famous beach there called Gold Rock Beach, and it's super special because it has a really pretty coral reef right up by the shore. This park is like a dream come true for people who really love nature and want to explore a different side of the Bahamas, away from the big fancy hotels. Number 7, Eleuthera Island. Eleuthera Island is this really long and thin island, and it's known for having some of the prettiest pink sand beaches in the Bahamas. But that's not all. There's a bunch of cool natural stuff to check out there too. For example, there's this awesome place called Queen's Bath, which is like a bunch of natural pools made out of rocks. It's super cool to see. And then there's this bridge called the Glass Window Bridge that connects the north and south parts of the island. When you drive over it, it's a narrow one-way bridge, you get to see these amazing views of the Atlantic and Caribbean seas. If you're in Nassau, you can totally make a day trip to Eleuthera Island and explore all these amazing places. But honestly, there's so much to do on this one island that you could even spend your whole vacation there. It's like a little paradise of its own. Number 6, Harbor Island. If you're looking for a quieter escape, you should definitely consider visiting Harbor Island. Harbor Island is special because it has colorful houses made of wood and a famous beach that's pink. It's not just a place to sit on the sand and unwind, there's more to it. The island is really small, only about 3.25 miles long and half a mile wide. This means you can easily walk all around the island in just one stroll if you'd like. Since it's so tiny, you can't catch a flight directly to Harbor Island. Instead, you can fly to a nearby island called Eleuthera and make a short sail over to Harbor Island. Number 5, Bahamas Historical Society Museum. Every spot has its own tale, and the Bahamas holds a lot of interesting history. If you're interested in learning about the past of these islands, the Bahamas Historical Society Museum is the place to go. Back in 1959, Lady Arthur, who is married to Governor Sir Rainer Arthur, started this museum. Inside, you'll find lots of old things like objects, souvenirs, pictures, and art that all have to do with the Bahamas history. Some of these things go way back, even to the time of the first inhabitants, the Lucayan people. Number 4, Cable Beach. Cable Beach on New Providence Island is one of the most loved beaches around, and maybe even the very favorite. It's a long stretch of soft, warm white sand. There are 5 really fancy hotels right along the beach, and you've got lots of chances to relax and have a good time. Even though the water and the happy atmosphere from all the tourists make you want to jump right in, something people often forget to do is just take a nice, calm walk on and around Cable Beach. If you're thinking about taking a peaceful walk by the ocean, my advice is to do it early in the morning when the sun is just coming up. Also, if you go a little bit inland, there's a cool natural area near Baha Mar Boulevard. That's the road south of the place where they hold big meetings. They've even built wooden paths there that'll take you to a small lake. Number 3, Deep Sea Fishing. The Bahamas, with its big oceans all around it, is a great place for people who love to go fishing in deep water. They have places like Rum Cay and Bimini Islands that are really popular. In these spots, you can catch huge fish from the ocean like marlin, wahoo, and yellow tuna. And the islands themselves look so beautiful, like a perfect picture. So if you want to feel the excitement of catching these big fish, or if you're aiming to catch the biggest fish ever and cross it off your list of things to do, this is an experience you'll remember for a really long time. Number 2, Glass Window Bridge. Ever heard of the Glass Window Bridge? It used to be a natural arch bridge, but hurricanes wrecked it. Now humans stepped in and made it on purpose. This bridge hangs out in the Eleuthera Islands, about 50 miles to the east of Nassau. It's really something to see. The Glass Window Bridge was only 30 feet wide. That's like super skinny. People even call it the narrowest place on Earth. There's this artwork from way back in 1885 by a talented artist named Winslow Homer. He made a painting called Glass Windows, Bahamas. He got to check out the original land bridge before it disappeared and put it in his art. Here's the coolest part about this place. When you visit, you'll see a fantastic contrast of colors. On one side, there's the deep dark blue of the Atlantic Ocean. And on the other side, you've got these stunning bright turquoise waters of the Bight of Eleuthera. It's like nature showing off its beautiful colors. Under the bridge, there's this space called the Narrow Passage. It's where those two bodies of water meet up. Imagine watching the ocean and the bright waters come together. It's something you won't forget. And number 1, Exuma Cays Land and Sea Park. The Exuma Cays Land and Sea Park is like a beautiful area of water that's really special because it's the world's first park that takes care of both the land and the sea. It's a safe place for plants and animals, and it's famous for its amazing underwater world. When you're walking around, make sure to watch closely for some really interesting animals on the land, like the rare Bahamian rock iguanas and the small rodent-like hutuyas that are native to the area. But the most exciting part is when you go underwater. There you'll see all sorts of sea creatures like angelfish, reef sharks, and Nassau groupers. It's like a whole different world down there. The park is made up of different little islands, and each one has something fun to do. Lots of people love to go scuba diving and snorkeling there. There are also cool things to see like a sunken plane and a sea aquarium, among other attractions. So there's lots of amazing stuff you shouldn't miss out on. So are you really excited about going on a wonderful beach vacation? Or are you curious to experience the culture of the Bahamas? Well, here's your chance to start thinking about and planning your trip there. What's the thing from the list that gets you the most pumped up about visiting? And if you enjoyed this video, consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.